Good afternoon and welcome back to the 2025 Agro Expo event coming to you from the Hutson booth. I'm Travis Kiesel. Joining me here is Eric Hendzel and Jeff Blight. We'll be talking with Jeff this afternoon. Jeff is one of our first Autonomy customers for fully autonomous tillage operations here in the state of Michigan. And so excited to have him along. Eric is one of our regional sales managers to help with the conversation. So Jeff, good afternoon. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your operation.
So my great-grandpa started farming in 1939. My grandpa expanded it quite a bit in the 90s. I started farming in 2015. I grew up farming there as an employee, but I started farming my own ground in 2015. And we're just under 5,000 acres now.
Okay.
Corn, soybeans, wheat.
Okay, all right. That's what I was going to ask. Tell us a little bit about your cropping.
My uncle has beef cows, and we do a little bit of hay. But
okay, all right. Talk a little bit about your what you're doing with tillage today. How that operation works on your operation. How are you using that in between your crop mix?
Usually, every acre of corn gets speed disked, and then after wheat's all cover crop with the speed disc. After beans, it's a mix. It just depends on what the ground needs. Could be chisel plowed, could be just left bare. But what we are running into is we're having to speed disc most our corn stalks before we chisel plow them, because 250 bushel corn stalks don't flow through a chisel plow.
Sure, I understand. It's a wad to get that through.
Right. So there's a lot of times we're running 2 passes over the corn stalks in the fall.
Sure. No, that's perfect. Talk a little bit about just the technology on the farm today. What are you using technology wise that maybe the crowd can understand from?
Everything has auto steer. Even our old tractors have ATUs in them. I think we have one cab tractor left without auto steer, 4655. We even auto steer when we're tedding hay now. Don't need it. It's on there for the roller, but and then the planter has all the section control, exact shot, or not exact rate, right? Mm-hmm. Exact rate, and
implement guidance.
Yeah, but I guess the big one, the sprayer's got the section control, just basic section control. But I guess the big one's just auto steer.
Sure. You talked a little bit about planter. Eric, talk about Jeff's running a new planter here. Can you talk a little bit about what that planter has in terms of options and how it's equipped?
Yeah, absolutely. So model year 1775 NT, 24 row exact merge with exact rate fertilizer 2x2, total tubular 2x2 placement on there, basic seed or no-till coulter in the front for that planter. One of those things that Jeff's definitely done a lot of different trials with his planters in the past as to what works, what doesn't work with his tillage practices, and hydraulic downforce on there as well. And he's finally gotten somewhere where he thinks he's got a planter that's able to work well within his operation.
Jeff, talk a little bit about your planter and your experience this spring with it.
The seed spacing is incredible. It's especially with beans. With beans, you dig up a trench of beans, and it's like, they're perfectly placed. The data doesn't support it on beans like it does corn for perfect placement, but it's got to mean something.
Jeff's definitely, he had, before that, had an exact merge planter. He may have drank some Kool-Aid of precision planting there in between that planter and his current one, and so he's kind of seen both sides there and what both companies have to offer, and definitely he's had a lot of good remarks back on the Deere and their technology.
That's great. Well, so we talked about you being one of the first customers here in the state that's going to be running this autonomous tillage solution. Tell us about what that rig looks like, and you guys Eric, you may want to help too here, but tell us about what you're running from a tractor perspective and a tillage perspective.
9R 540 and a speed disc and a 2430 chisel plow.
So the speed disc, it's the John Deere's new model, the HSD 35. So definitely excited to see that out in the field. One of the first ones we'll be having here ran in Michigan as far as that with the updates they've made from the 2680H. and then the 2430 as well. So the chisel plow, traditional chisel plow. So
Sure. Well, tell us, where did this journey towards autonomy start for you? So obviously it's going to a 9R and a high-speed disc, but where did it start? Obviously that's where we're at today, but talk about the beginnings of that. What got you to thinking about, could this make sense for your operation?
I was against it. I mean, Eric and I are friends, and we argue a lot when we have different opinions, and neither one of us wants to lose the argument. And I was against it. Just for Michigan, I thought it'd be okay out west, but in Michigan, I thought, oh, this ain't gonna work. Fields are too small. And then I had an employee that wasn't working out this spring, and he left at 5 o'clock every day, whether I wanted him to or not. And I called Eric one day, and I'm like, and he's been very for autonomy. I'm like, tell me why you think autonomy is gonna work. And we talked about it for a while, and I don't know, I think within 24 hours, I was begging him to get me one. We're always going to need people, but less people is, we have 7 or 8 people that help us on a normal. Okay. 5 of them are over 60 years old. So 4 of them are over 60 years old. So half our help currently is retired people, my dad, my uncle, and when they are gone, they're not going to be replaced. It costs a lot of money to replace them. Sure. That's what got me started thinking we need to maybe figure out how to make this work.
That's great. It's definitely real world. The workforce is a challenge, and so that brings it real world. So real world perspective.
And hit on his comment there that it's still going to need the people, still going to need someone helping to manage some of that or moving the equipment around and making sure it's doing what it needs to do. But if it can help alleviate some of that, maybe that stress or those long hours on some of that retired help, because they are just part-timers on a lot of these operations. I mean, a lot of these operations throughout Michigan that have some of these part-time help, retired help, it's hard to find.
My opinion is if there's someone standing there that wants to drive the tractor, you're still going to let them drive it. If you think they're a capable operator, if someone's standing there but when they need to go somewhere, hopefully someone shows up, wants to work ground for a few hours, they can do small fields, which will probably irritate them because it's like, oh no, you can't work the big one. It can do that one on its own. Sure. So that's my thought process. And then when we're in the fall, when we're doing corn, and we're all busy, there's no one to do tillage, where then you got them wet falls where the only time to get it done is right behind the combine, because we get done combining, usually mud the last couple fields out, and then you can't do no tillage. My hope is as we're combining, especially corn, the tractor can be one field behind us disking the corn stalks.
Sure.
So that was disappointing that we couldn't get the new Coulter chisel. But after talking to Eric and Kevin a lot about it, it probably might not be a great fit with autonomy right now, trying to run a chisel plow through standing corn stalks. So my hope is we can run the tractor right behind the combine with the disc, let them stalks break down a little, and then maybe when we get done combining, we'll go chisel plow the fields that we feel need chisel plowed. Okay. But like I said, I think for now, I might be wrong. John Deere might prove me wrong, but I think if you have a human standing there, you're going to let them drive it. And you're going to use the autonomy when you normally don't have an extra person to work ground.
Sure.
Autonomy is helping you buy time. Really, essentially, that's what it's doing. It's buying you time, creating more time for you.
And there's a lot of times where help doesn't really want to be the tillage guy in the fall time because they feel like they're not part of the crew. They're off in another township by themselves, and people want to come help you and be with you. Even though I would think doing tillage would be more exciting than driving truck. It's just hard to get someone to do fall tillage.
Sure. So no, great examples. What are you most excited about? Looking towards the fall, looking to the new technology.
I'm just excited, hoping we can get our fall tillage done the way we want to. I mean, it's been, the more acres we get, the harder it is to get the fall tillage done. We have no issue getting our fields combined timely. Don't ever usually have issue getting our fields planted, but that fall tillage really is, every time, the more acres we get, the more that fall tillage falls behind because it's just not getting done when we're combining.
Window shorter.
Yeah. For sure. And then I go out when we're done combining and I'll work, 20 hours at a time trying to get it done. It's exhausting. So hopefully it eliminates that.
That's great. Well, we're awful excited with you, Jeff. We're really looking forward to things getting rolling this fall, and look forward to checking back in for an update later on this fall.
Okay.
Eric, anything else to add?
Just really excited for this fall and to see the Autonomy tractor hit the field.
Again, thank you both for your time today. Look forward to keeping in touch on this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you.
Thank you.